Reckless driving, it happens far too often. But have you ever witnessed reckless driving and called it in? Did you wonder if it did any good? Well, Eyewitness News reporter Misty Inglet wanted to answer that question, so she spoke to Idaho State Police today to find out their procedure for handling call-ins. She's live now in Pocatello. Now, Misty, you actually had an experience with this recently, didn't you?
I did, Dennis. So I was driving back into Pocatello on I-15, right about in this area you see behind me. And long story short, a driver next to me didn't stay in his own lane and ended up running me off the road. So it got me wondering, do people actually call in things like this, and what can police do? So I spoke to ISP today, and they say that they take all calls seriously, and they say calling in reckless drivers does potentially save lives.
Driving is one of the single most dangerous things that we'll do in our life, and we do it on a daily basis. You know, a lot of people don't look at it, but we're driving a 3,000 to 8,000 pound bullet on a daily basis, so it's a very risky behavior.
That risk just gets greater the more impaired or distracted a driver is. So ISP encourages the public to call in anything that looks abnormal on the road. Once you call in, dispatchers will notify the closest trooper. ISP says if they can't find them on the road, but you get a license plate, they can follow up with the driver. Even if all they can do is give a verbal warning, police say it is often effective.
Sometimes we may just have to let them know that the public's observing, even though a police officer's not behind that vehicle, but the general public is observing what their actions are. And a lot of times folks will wake up when they realize that they're being watched, not just from the police officers.
Lieutenant Zweigert says they've done many follow-ups from call-ins. He says they've also been able to make arrests for DUIs or even other felonies, thanks to the public's calls. He says if something doesn't look right, call. Better safe than sorry.
If someone sees abnormal driving, we highly encourage them to call it in, because something small may turn into something big.
Now, ISP does want to emphasize safety first. They don't want you breaking the laws yourself to try and follow these reckless drivers. They say just call in, give the police what information you have, and let them take it from there. Do not put yourself at risk. Live in Pocatello, I'm Misty Inglet.
All right, all good things to know. Thanks, Misty. Now, if you do see something, you can call Star ISP or Star 477. Police say mileposts, landmarks, even just a general direction of where you're headed is all useful information you can give when calling in.